works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. I'm attracting, no accidents, that's fate. Just go in and have a little faith. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Let them know we about to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. I ain't tryna trade my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind, yeah. Have a little faith and go to work. Go to work. Yeah. Go to work. Go to work. Yeah. Okay. Now go nuts.
Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you the job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus. It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who you know?
Who you know makes all the difference in your job search.
It does, just that, Mark.
It definitely does. Guys, get ready for some mic drop moments with our very, very, very special guest today. We've got Claude Silver in the house, and I'm pumped up. Everybody, hit the heart emoji right now. Just start hitting that heart. Hit
That's
that
what
thing
she's
right
about.
now. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. Before we get to all the fun and excitement, though, we definitely want to see who we got in the comments with us. Mark, who do you have?
Well, over on our YouTube channel, we got Joelle Fry.
Hey!
So she's double dipping, I think, because she's, I think, on both. But Mez, Sean, well, hey, Sean, looking forward to our chat tomorrow. Good to see you. Hope. Gotta have Hope Mangita and hey, William McLaughlin. Good to see
Yes, love that.
William McLaughlin.
Yeah, 100%. We got Lois in the house, Sean Wells, Mez, Krista Kirshner, Mike Mediterranean. Good to see you. I see you, Sean Welsh in the house. My man and the whole 50 grand. Love that. Guys, we like to do engagement awards for everybody that's getting in those comments. We like to give stuff away on this show. So I'm excited about that because last show we have some new people. Right? It's been Paul Haggerty's just been crushing it the past, and Joelle Fry too.
Mm-hmm.
But today we got some new folks. Today we got some
all new names.
So who's we got in third place, Mark?
Mark, who's third place?
We got bringing up there Joseph Ahia.
Ahia,
right?
Yeah.
Joseph Ahia.
Joseph, did we get that right?
Ahia.
Yeah.
Third place. In second place, who do we got?
And Sean Welch is with us right now. So, Sean, thumbs up, bruh.
Yeah, Sean, I appreciate all the love. And actually, I want to tell you thank you for pairing your channel. He's actually streaming this to his
all of his
platforms
network
right now.
Yeah.
So we just want to say thank you for doing that, Sean. We appreciate you. But if you're not first, you're last.
Who's number one?
So in first place, who do we have? Mark?
Well, Ricky Bobby, we got Cat O2.
Cat O2. Congratulations. And congrats in multiple ways. Cat just landed a job.
Oh, yes.
So we're
Kat.
super excited.
Oh, wow.
For her.
Yeah, we got you on the list today.
Yep.
And we got Kat's buddy, Pauline Garrett, who I just talked to this
Pauline's
morning.
with us right now.
Shout out, Pauline.
Yeah.
Love it, love
Hey,
it,
Pauline.
love it. Guys, make sure you get in the comments because what we do in this show is we like to give out for our top engager of the month. You're going to get one of these awesome Who You Know ice shakers. You're going to love this. We're going to give one of those out because you're showing so much love to us. We want to show love back. Mm-hmm. And for our top engager of the quarter, you're actually going to get a seat at the table. We want you here. Right? We want to promote you. We want to highlight you. We want to blow you up. Whatever you got going on, whether you're searching, maybe you're recruiting, maybe you're hiring, we want to highlight it, right? So we want to bring you on this show and give you some space and a seat at the table. So make sure you're getting in the chat right now. And guys, we've got some amazing giveaways on this show today. You do have to wait to the very end. Okay, I want to see who's hanging with us to the very end of the show. But we've got, I'm going to be giving away a few of these ice shakers, so make sure you're going to love these. The water just tastes better, okay, out of one of these. I'm just saying.
It's cold, yeah.
It's so good. So you're going to want one of these, so we're going to be giving those away. And I'm actually giving away some VIP tickets to our backstage pass and after party, which I'm going to explain what that is here in just a moment. But I'm going to be giving away some VIP tickets to that. So again, I also want to share and say a very special thank you to Sean Welsh, Joelle Fry, Lena Stutz, and Mike Mediterranean.
Yeah.
All right, for pairing your channels. All of them have been super supportive, wanting to pay it forward, wanting to spread the word, get the message out there to the community, and they're pairing their channels, which actually creates an entire live stream on their channels to their audiences. So if you'd like to know how to do that as well, I want you to put hashtag pairing in the chat. Go ahead and just put hashtag pairing, and I will send you in a DM. I'll send you in some instructions on how to do that.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, and so is pairing. So we appreciate you. We always like to bless the show with a prayer. So Foster, will you do us the honor, please?
I'd be glad to do that. Y'all, you know what? The world's not working too good. There's so much confusion in the world, and we know that confusion does not come from God. So we're going to ask Him right now to make things clear for us, for each and every one of us, what direction we need to be going with our lives. He made us. Okay. Father God, we thank you for another day. We are looking for that next place where we can make a difference in your world out here, and we need your guidance, and not the guidance that we're getting right now, because we're blowing things up and hating everybody's confused, and we want you to unconfuse it for us, Father. We ask that you guide us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen down there in the chat. Let me get an amen for that for sure. The world is a little bit upside down.
Yeah, the world's wow.
We need to straighten it out. So, Foster, you also got the Job Father Job of the Week, right?
Yeah, we got a good job.
Okay.
Guys, check this out. So if you're a digital business analyst, we have a it's totally remote, y'all, a totally remote digital analyst. So that digital analyst is going to be the guy that figure out how the initiatives that the company is putting forth on the websites, on different channels and social media, how it's reaching you guys. It only requires 2 years of experience as a digital, guys, that word digital is important, digital business analyst. Now here's who you send your resume to. Lena, our own Lena Stutz. Lena Stutz. LENA.STOOTS at Matrix, MATRIXRES.com.
Beautiful. Appreciate that. And we got a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be grateful for. We got a lot of people who have got back to their cash flow. So get your money guns right. Let's go, cash flow.
Yes,
who is it? Come on, Mark.
I've got some special names. So Angela Stockford, congratulations.
Woo, let's go, cash flow.
Edward Ehrman, congratulations, Edward.
Woo.
Natalie Berquist.
Yes.
Paper all over the place.
Robert Schmeltzy. Hey, Robert. Congratulations. Adam McKee.
Let's go.
And there are so many more.
Yeah,
in the comments.
We don't have
Go back and
time. It's
scroll
so
up
many.
to the comments ahead of the show. There's so many names, and you can click on their names and go to their LinkedIn profile and connect with them. Why would you want to do that?
Well, tell them.
You will want to do that because they have landed, they have been successful, something has worked for them,
right?
And you need to find out what.
Ooh.
What worked for them. You need to put that into practice, add it to your arsenal of your job search tools, and make sure that you also ask if they're hiring.
Success leaves clues. Go find out from those folks what they did to get back to their cash flow.
Yep.
Let's go. All right, I got the tip of the week, okay? So I learned something from David Meltzer, okay?
Uh-oh.
I went to join him. He invited me to come on his show, the Playbook in Vegas. And so I went down there, went on to his show, and I was just absolutely amazed by this guy. He is a machine, okay? He did interview after interview after interview after interview after interview after interview, and I was like, oh my gosh, he totally blew my mind at what he was doing, right? And so there's going to be some new changes to this show, guys. We're going to be changing the format just a little bit, and these are going to be some exciting changes. We're actually going to be creating an event called Backstage Pass. There will be a live studio audience, and what we're going to do is on one day of the month, we're actually going to record in bulk, okay? We're going to record in bulk. Every episode of the show is going to be recorded on that same day. But here's the advantage of why we're going to be doing this. Let me explain, and this is something I'm sure Dave Meltzer probably got from Gary Vee, right? So when you do this, you record in bulk. Let me show you what we're going to end up getting out of this. We're going to get one in-person live studio audience, okay? So we're going to have that. We're going to have one after-party networking event. Okay, we're going to have 2 social media episodes, 2 live social media episodes. We'll have 4 pre-recorded live episodes. We'll have 2 post-edited TV episodes. We'll have 8 podcast episodes, 8 newsletters,
wow,
and over 40 pieces of social micro content that we're going to get out of recording one day. So you want to talk about maximizing your time, maximizing your impact, maximizing your reach? Guys, this is the way to do it. And so I went and joined Dave Meltzer, and it just blew me away. My mind was like, oh my gosh, this guy's a machine. And we're going to be doing the same thing. So I'm super excited about it. What this means is I'm going to be giving out some passes today. I want you to hang with us to the very end of the show because I'm going to be giving you some VIP backstage passes to the all-new Who You Know Job Networking Show. Super pumped.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, we got to go to a real quick commercial break, but I promise you don't want to go anywhere.
Don't go nowhere.
When we come back, let's get some heart emojis. We got Claude Silver in the house. Let's go.
a realtor or you are looking to get your real estate license, it's a very low cost entry, $300 to take your real estate course online. Inexpensive compared to like a college. EXP is $150 to join and it's like $84 a month. So relatively speaking, these are very inexpensive costs. If you are interested in that and you want to work with me as a realtor, I'd love to have you join my team, and you want to hear about the model, then go to join10xempire.com, and I do this opportunity call every Tuesday. Would love to answer your questions and tell you more about what I'm doing. If anyone out there is interested in working with me,
to hire you, I want to tell you about a free training we have called the Career Transition Summit, where it's going to do 3 things. These 3 secret things are going to help you get back to your cash flow. So number 1, it's going to help you to rehumanize the experience of finding a job. It's been dehumanized. We need to put that human element back in. And number 2, we have this special formula that helps you to get noticed and stand out from your competition. And number 3, we have the formula and the systems to help you to get back to work by saying what you need to say in the interview process so you can close the deal and get your bank account full again. And the best news is it's absolutely free. So if that's you and you're feeling like you're a little past your prime, and we know you're not, and you really want to look as good on the outside as you are on the inside, click the link now to gain special access to this free training we have called the Career Transition Summit. It's going to get you back to your cash flow. It's going to help you to get noticed and really get you feeling good about yourself. So click the link now to get started.
She on the org chart sits ahead of my COO and my CFO. She's the second most important person in my company. She leads with her heart. When there is a debate between emotion, continuity, what's best for the internal vibe versus the CFO, this hurts our P&L, we will not hit our numbers. She wins 99 out of 100 times. I stand up here as somebody that's obsessed with HR, obsessed with people, look at it as a financial offense, because I believe in retention and continuity, which then is a gateway to speed, which is then an advantage when you compete against any other business.
A lot of times work expects us to just come in and just be workers, and that's just not life, is it? We don't talk enough about failing and falling. We just talk about succeeding and what that looks like, but I want to coach people that it's okay to fall and it's okay to fail, because you'll never ever know what success is like if you haven't hit the ground 1 or 100 times.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but
Who you know? Who you know?
Who you know can make all the difference in your job search. Well, let me tell you who I know. I know this lady. Her name's Claude Silver, and she's the first ever Chief Heart Officer working with and for close to 1,000 employees at VaynerMedia to integrate heart into their professional lives to become the best version of themselves and the best leaders they can be. As a motivational speaker, thought leader, and industry trendsetter, Claude focuses on teaching people and organizations how to disrupt the traditional HR model with the focus and use of emotional optimism and heart-centered leadership. If everybody can give a warm Who You Know welcome for Claude Silver.
Hey, Claude.
Hey, everyone. This energy is insane. I came to the right place. I thought I needed like a sugar-free Red Bull this afternoon, but I just come here. So
right.
I'd like to have an invite if I can, like all the time.
Yes, anytime. Hey, listen, I just was talking about our in-person stuff we're going to be doing, and when you come to Dallas, look, the stage is yours, okay? Just want you to know that, all right?
Done. Thank you. Thank you. And you mentioned one of my most favorite people, which is David Metzler. So.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. And shout out real quickly to Stephanie Malik and Rich Cardona for setting this up, right? Because, you know, they're just awesome as well, and I just appreciate them. So if they're watching, you know, I want them to know how much I appreciate them. Speaking of energy, real quick, I was watching an interview, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I was watching an interview with you, and the interviewer was a little bit slower and a little bit drier, right? And so I was like, all right, I have to bring the energy today. Gotta bring the energy today for Claude. So let's dive into VaynerMedia just a moment, okay?
Yeah.
For those who are not familiar with VaynerMedia, what is the company's mission and how is it different from other companies in your industry? Tell us a little bit about VaynerMedia.
Cool. Hopefully everyone knows Gary Vaynerchuk. I have a feeling you probably do, who's our CEO and founder. We are a company that believes that brand is built in social, which should be no surprise because we're on social right now. And we believe in marketing in the day that we're in. So people are not watching TV. Where are people consuming their content? TikTok, pretty much, Instagram, right? Yeah, their phone. And so we want to make sure that we are empathizing with our end consumer, our audience, and making sure that we're getting real niche into those audiences so that we can deliver to them, work and content that is somewhat emotional, hits an emotion is what that means. We don't want to make TV commercials. And that's a big change in the advertising world. Our mission is to build the single greatest human empire in the history of time. And that's what Gary said when we sat down to really create this role. And I was like, sign me up. That is never going to be done. It is like, meaning like job will never be done. It's wonderfully aspirational and it keeps me going every day. And we actually have 1,600 people now.
1,600. Woo!
1,600. Yep. So there's a lot to do. Look, we're us humans. We're like exquisitely messy people. And I mean that in the best of ways.
Mark gave you a mic drop for that one. That is good. That is good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how did you arrive at VaynerMedia? Like, did you know Gary? Did you apply online? Like, how did you get there? I know you've been there for quite some time, but like, what did that journey look like to get to the role that you're at right now?
All right. I started in the world of digital, and I appreciate that we called out digital earlier in the spot.
Oh, yeah.
I started in the world of digital in 1998, dark ages. No Google, no Facebook. Yahoo was it. I might have had like an AOL email account. And I had no business getting into this world of digital other than it paid me more than the job I was working at, which was managing a small little grocery store. So I was like, sure, I'll do that. And one thing led to another, and I got involved in advertising and communication, marketing, whatnot. I moved to London, where I was moved to London with a job, and I was a strategist. I became a strategist. I love humans, as I kind of just said. I was studying to be a psychotherapist about 1,000,001 years ago. And I had been following Gary since 2009 when he put out Crush It. And so I knew who he was. I was on Twitter. I saw like this guy just says it how it is. Like just is in your face, says it.
Yeah, he does.
What you see is what you get. And my best friend in the entire world at that time was running media for Unilever. And Gary had gone over to Unilever to speak. And she wrote me, and again, I was in London, and she's like, I don't know what it is about the two of you, two sides of the same coin, but you have to meet this guy. She set it up, and the next thing I know, I was like pacing in my kitchen in London, like, waiting for the phone to ring, and it was him, and we had like this 3-minute conversation, and it was like, okay, I need to come to New York and spend some time with you. I came to New York the month later, and we just hit it off.
It was a who you know moment. Woo! Let's go. Who you know.
Oh my gosh. It was a who you know moment, and look at this, 8 years later.
Love that.
My longest relationship, right here.
That is awesome. That is so cool.
Keep it going. Claude.
It was because of, who was it that introduced you again? What was their name?
Gail Tifford.
So they were the dot connector, right? They were the one connecting those dots like Stephanie and Rich Cardona did for us. They connected the dots to help us get you here today. So that's amazing. I love that. Okay, so since then you have been helping Gary to scale this thing, right? You're helping him scale this mission that you guys are on. What are some of the things that you've done to help protect culture while you're scaling? Because I know you guys have grown a lot. What are some of those things that you've done to protect the culture?
And I don't want to, I'm not a buzzword type of girl, but I'm going to mention some things that have now become buzzwords in the zeitgeist, like psychological safety. Like, this is a term that's been used in psychotherapy for years and years and years, and now we're using it in the workplace, which is freaking amazing. Creating safety is our obsession. Removing fear, removing cynicism, removing people talking smack about one another. There's no place for that.
Yeah,
Mic drop for sure.
Get out of here.
And the thing with creating safety is it actually creates speed. And Gary spoke about speed in the video that you show. It's continuity, right? How do you keep people together? You have to create safety, and then you create a place where people feel like they belong, like I can show up as myself. DE&I is super important to us. Like, come on, bring yourself. Connect with people, and that builds trust. And then we have and then the trust builds resilience and great communication skills and longevity and, teams that are rooted in, like, I want to win.
So you're talking about, and I want you to really dive deep into this. You're talking about the honey empire, okay?
Yeah.
Tell me about this honey empire. You kind of were given a couple of the pieces to the equation, but dive deep with us. What is the honey empire?
Well, the honey is how we treat people.
That's
the
right.
Honey is being the bigger person in every situation. Being the bigger person in every situation. It is literally being a we, not I. It's, using the golden rule, which is not only doing to others as you would have them do unto you, but doing to others as you know they want you to do unto them. Treating people with warmth, giving people the benefit of a doubt, trusting first. Huge.
That is
huge.
Trusting first. And, setting people up to succeed. And one of the things that we really believe in the honey part of the empire is putting people in positions of strength. And so if you start as an account director and 2 years later, you're like, you know what, I think I would be much better as a project manager or whatever. We'll move you. We'd rather pivot you from inside.
Right.
So we gain you, right? So the honey is really like being emotionally brave, just like being you, being, all the EQ in the world. And that then feeds the empire, which is really the putting our ambition into play. So we don't have success without our people, without the honey. There is nothing that is going to bring us happiness. We can win a $1 zillion piece of business, but if we treat each other poorly, what's it for?
What's it all for?
Yeah,
what's the purpose?
I'm going to give you a mic drop, Claude, because you said one thing I just want to highlight, which is not treat people the way that you want to be treated, but the way that they want to be treated. Because we're all different, right? And we all like the 5 love languages and all that. That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, it's so huge. And so to assume that I know how you want to be treated is very hubristic of me. I need to ask you. I need to spend time with you.
You need a relationship. That's right.
What's up? What do you do the 3 hours before you get onto Zoom every single morning? You walk the dog, you go to the gym, you have a fight with your spouse, you take the kids here. I mean, it's like life. It's messy.
Yes.
Got to get to know one another, spend time with one another in order to then set you up for success.
I saw you whiteboard, in one of your interviews. I saw you do a whiteboard, the equation, So it was connection plus trust plus empathy equals accountability plus loyalty plus resiliency equals speed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if I had it written down, but you got it.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I was like, oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think what we have to start with, though, is the psychological safety, which I didn't mention then because it was so inherent. It just felt like, I'll be honest with you, I felt like it was common sense. And I recognize it's not. No, there's nothing that's common sense right now, especially in this wacky world we're living in right now.
Right. Well, that's so true.
Boy, that's true, isn't it? Okay, mic drop.
because that interview I think was from 2017 when you did that. So yeah, you're right. A lot has changed, and safety is definitely like the forefront, because if people don't feel safe at work, like you're seeing it right now. People are like, I'm not going there. So that's so important.
Yeah, we got to serve the heart, my friends. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. We got to serve the heart.
Well, speaking of heart, okay. Walk us through. I want to know, I want to know the day-to-day. What is the day-to-day of a chief heart officer? What does that look like? What are you doing all day?
Yeah.
Besides hanging out with us,
Yeah, besides hanging out with you guys. It is listening. I listen to a lot of people. I'm kind of like the Sherpa for people. People come proactively, they set up time with me, or I reach out either based on I feel like, who's an F? Who's a capital G? Oh, who's the G? Or I reach out to people that I know could use a little, a little ELC. Or my spidey senses just tell me to reach out to them. I'm in a lot of meetings that are talking about people operations, recruiting, retention. I'm in a lot of meetings globally, talking about leadership, doing trainings, working on our L&D curriculum. You name it, anything that has to do with a human being, a person, and the experience they have within our four walls. And that means once their resume comes into our four walls, that's my business. And I oversee it. And that means I'm also accountable when it doesn't go right.
That's awesome.
On me. That's on me. Let me tell you something. We let go of someone a couple days ago, a very senior person. And I was in that room when we did it on the Zoom, and I had been told that we had been given this person a lot of feedback, a lot of this is what's not working. Well, of course, we get into the room, and what does he say? No one's ever told me this before. No
accountability.
At the end of the day, that's actually on me. That at the end of the day, that was something I should have absolutely triple dotted my I's and crossed my T's, rather than gone on I totally believe that guy's manager did it right. Did this justice. And now I learned shoot, he didn't know any of it.
Oh, wow.
And that's a bummer.
That's
a real bummer. Let me tell you something. That's not being the bigger person. That's not treating someone fairly.
Well, let's talk about that. All right. Let's talk about that for a second. How do you help someone who is not succeeding? Is it like what you were talking about, listening? Are there other things that you guys do as a company? What are some things that you do when somebody is maybe failing? They're not doing so well at their role.
Yeah, well, the first one is they have to be able to have kind candor, honest and kind conversations with their manager. And that manager and this is what I'm saying, manager needs to say, you know what, that pitch was, a lot of spelling mistakes in that pitch. You came to that meeting late. You smelled like alcohol. I'm just bringing up a bunch of stuff.
Sure.
You don't treat people well. This is really hard to say, but there's not a lot of people on your team that want to work with you. And now I'm getting real. So you have to give this person the feedback. We want to give that person the feedback, and then get them on a plan, maybe a 30-day plan, to see how they go. The other thing, though, that we do is maybe they're in the wrong position.
Oh.
Right? Or maybe they're on the wrong team. Maybe they are a copywriter that is a comedic copywriter, but we have them on a team that's writing for banking. I don't know, right? But how do you get to know all this stuff? You have to spend time with the people.
You got to spend time with them, yeah.
Well, I have another question. The reason I asked that is because we actually had Adam Posner on this show. I'm sure you probably are familiar with Adam, right? And he talked about his story about how he was fired from VaynerMedia, right? But when I say that, it was actually positive. It was not, right? Like a lot of times people get fired and they're like, the company was blah, blah, blah. No. He was super grateful. And so I'm like, okay, wait a minute. There's something different here. There's something different here. For you to get fired from a company, but come out of it stronger and sharper. Now, let me ask you this. Were you involved in that process?
I did it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
right, I got to get.
I did it. And I had been working with Adam all along because there were some things that weren't working out so well.
Got it.
We're a company that's not for everyone.
Sure.
We move extremely fast, and we have high expectations of how a person will act. I've just shared that with you after a certain amount of time, right? And yeah, I had many a conversation, and then it was like, this isn't working out. People are unhappy. It's not happening. And so we had a really very kind, thoughtful conversation. And it was very hard, as all of these conversations
Yeah, that's
are.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think because Adam and I had created a warmth together, he knew it wasn't coming out of malice or like I loved having this conversation. No,
Right.
I don't love having these conversations. But it was out of care. And it was like, there's something else out there for you.
And look at him now.
Yeah,
He's doing
obviously
really well.
he
He's
agreed
crushing
with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that was a real blessing. And I'm so excited that Adam has just continued to rock it in what he's great at, which is relationship building.
That's my word. I love it.
Well, I wanted to ask that question because I was like, well, I bet that she was involved because he was, like I said, his perception of what happened was actually positive. It wasn't a negative. So I was like, you know what? I bet the heart was in there. I bet the heart was in that. So that's awesome.
Claude, this emotional optimism I love. Tell me a little bit about that and how you inject that into people around you.
I sure will. I came up with the term because, quite frankly, I'm emotional. I have emotions. I've been through things that everyone else has been through in life. Like I go through hard times, I go through dark times, I go through all those times. And however, for me, there's always hope and some kind of light that I can believe in and I trust in at the end of that tunnel, right? Even in dark days, that I have a pilot light that's still on. And not only do I have the pilot light, I know my people have a pilot light. They're holding hope for me. You know what I'm saying? My people, my best friends, my people, people wake up every single morning without you and I knowing it, wanting us to succeed.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
What a great analogy.
Yeah.
A great analogy.
Yeah, who loses is if you don't win, right? Who loses if you don't win? There's people counting on us. There's people out there literally counting on us, and they are rooting for us. So I love that.
Yeah, they're watching all the time.
Yeah, this world needs us, as we've said in the beginning.
It does, yeah.
The point is being able to use those emotions, not deny them, use them as A, fuel, but B, information, just data.
Fuel, yeah.
Fuel and data to work through and get to that other side. It's not toxic optimism. It's not like, yes, COVID's happening. Yay, but I'll be able to be at home.
Definitely not that.
That's not it. It's more like, yeah, COVID's happening and work is really heavy right now because a lot of people have a lot of raw emotion. And that's really tough for me, Claude. That's really tough for me. So I better acknowledge that, take care of myself, get to the gym so I can be the best me I can be for
There
Claude
it
and
is.
family and work.
Boom, there you go. So I have a question about, I heard you talk in an interview about your alumni program.
Yeah.
And I was just like that, like when I heard you talking about it, I was like, that's amazing. Can you tell the audience about your alumni program?
Yeah, I'd love to, because that is really, when I said, we take care of, and my team takes care of all the people and their experience might end the day they leave or we let them go, but their experience really continues because we have an alumni program, which is this. There are many companies and many CMOs out there and whatever that are hitting us up all day long for social media managers, for content creators, for videographers, blah, 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 blah. Just because someone is a B- or a C player with us, it doesn't mean they're going to be with them.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So we have an enormous database of all of the people that have left us, either voluntary or involuntary, and we have an enormous database of all these companies that are knocking on Gary's door all day long or knocking on our door. And we try to do, what we promise is an introduction.
Intro.
Who you know? Let's go. Let's go.
Like my Chicago Bears team, players come to the Bears.
Oh, Lord, man.
They're nothing, and then they go somewhere else, and they just blow up.
That's a good analogy, actually.
So you actually help people on the way out, like, hey, like, it's not really working out, but you know what? That's huge.
Always.
Let me make a connection.
The right person.
Sorry about that. What I say, either if we've done some of our homework prior to that meeting, what I'll say is like, hey, Billy, no, this is not great news and whatnot. However, we know that you're really interested in cutting video. And here are 3 places that we can get you at least a network that you can network with.
Okay.
So we'll either do that, or I'll say, hey, Billy, take some time, go on LinkedIn or whatever, find 3 jobs that you're interested, or 3 companies, and let's see who we know there.
Boom.
Yeah, that's a good exit interview. That's what it's supposed to be about.
Let's go. Who you know?
That's right.
Love it. Hey, guys, we got to go to a real quick commercial break.
Right.
Don't go anywhere, because I promise we got some more mic drops when we come back.
Hey guys, come work for the most innovative company in the world, 10X Incubator. We're launching 10,000, listen to me, 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. If you're a coder, what?
We got
programmer,
coders, we got graphic designers, we got copywriters, digital marketers, biz dev.
you name it.
You
If
got
you
skill.
like tech, love tech,
hungry.
want to be in tech, okay? We don't actually require that you get the jab here either. Just so you know, if you want it, good. If you don't want it, no problem. We are hiring. We want you. If you're good at your job, if you're disciplined, if you want to be paid well, if you want to be taken care of, if you want to be in a 10X environment, click the link below. Give us your resume and a short video, 30-second video. Just tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. We want you. We want you.
Let's go.
We want you.
It's time to pay it forward. Who you know nation, check it out. I got an idea. It's actually not my idea. It's not really original, but the movie Pay It Forward, where he's talking about helping 3 people. And if those 3 people help 3 people, and then those 3 people help 3 people, right? It starts to create impact and change. And that's what I'm all about. I've been doing our summit and everything with the Who You Know show now for years. Everything is free to the community. We've been giving for years, and it's always been about impact for me. And so I'm going to ask you for a favor. I'm going to ask you to pay it forward. It's something we always talk about. If we've ever provided you any value, I want you to share it to 3 job seekers, 3 people who are looking for their next successful opportunity. Or the other thing you could do would be to share the link to our summit online. You can literally just do it in a social post. You could post it out there. But if we do this, think about it. We can cause change. We can actually make an impact, and you can be part of that. And I want you to be part of that. We appreciate you. Hope you have a phenomenal, blessed day. And let's go make some change out there in the world. All right. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who you know? Who you know can make all the difference in your job search. I'm super excited. We're back with the Chief Heart Officer of VaynerMedia, Claude Silver. Welcome back, Claude.
Great to be here. Who's that bobblehead of?
That's actually Mark. Here you go, Mark. Here, that's Mark's bobblehead.
Resemblance?
Yep. Love it.
Yeah, we got all kinds of fun little props and things in here. Which, by the way, I'm gonna be sending you one of these, Claude. I'm gonna be hooking you up. And we like to have fun on this show. We don't want it to be a boring show. There's too many boring shows.
There's too many boring. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Too many boring shows. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
There's so much boring stuff
you guys
out there.
Bring it. You bring the excitement and the energy. Like I said, forget the Red Bull. I'm tuning in here every day.
Let's go.
No Red Bull. No more Red Bull, Claude.
I got a question for you, Claude, because you've done so much already. Like, what's new? Like, what are some of the new things, new initiatives, new programs, new strategies that you guys are implementing that's going to be changing the landscape of VaynerMedia?
Yeah, a couple things that we've actually put into place during the pandemic that you can see are paying out, whatever that word is, panning out, paying, whatever. So, when you're working on Zoom, you miss one another, you miss the interaction, and it can get real lonely, you're just with your team or isolated or whatever. So a year and a half ago, myself and a couple people from our CRGs, community resource groups, from our Black CRG in particular, came to Gary and we said, you know what, we want to encourage. So we want to do something called Vayner Voices, and we want to encourage people of color from inside the company to speak out more to the company and get people from the external to speak out. And Gary was like, great, I love it. I want to spread this out. I want it to be beyond just people of color. I want us to do academic. I want us to do history. I want us to do celebrities. I want us to do So it has become this amazing thing. It's called 137. Every other day at 1:37 p.m. East Coast time, there's a private YouTube link that is sent out to 1,600 people. Obviously, Singapore is sleeping at that time. And someone will host, maybe it's Gary, maybe it's me, maybe it's, I don't know, Sally, maybe it's Billy, it can be anyone. And we're interviewing people for 15 minutes only, 137 to 152. We've had Novak Djokovic on. We've had, Mila Kunis. We've had will.i.am in terms of like celebrities. We've had Stanford professors. We've had DE&I experts. We have people that have talked about their own lived experience. We have people internally that have their side hustle selling, making hot sauce, and they're hawking us some hot sauce. I talk a lot about mental health and whatever. The point of the story is, we created this for 15 minutes only. We've asked people to not have any client calls, any meetings, any team meetings. Get a cup of tea, get your lunch, whatever, and just tune in. And then obviously chat away. And the banter has been phenomenal.
I bet.
Like people that would never meet each other in real life for a variety of reasons are bantering. There's a competition of who can get on first. Like today we had it, and it's just amazing. So that I'm really, really proud of. And that's been a big piece of our culture, bringing people together like that and just the chat and all of that. And then the other thing I would say that we've really been focusing on is our DE&I initiatives, which is incredibly important. When I say we're creating a culture that's rooted in belonging. Well, the only way to do that, again, is to make people feel safe. And how do you do that? Is by not having people change their stripes. We, the culture, adapt to them. And so we have to be able to talk about difficult things, difficult conversations. And, Lord knows there's been a lot to talk about in these last 2 years that we've been.
That's true.
Here. So,
well, and I believe you because when I watched that interview, again, it was from 2017, you did an interview with Google, and you were like super passionate about that initiative in 2017 before this became the new PC, you were like, oh, I'm super passionate about this. And so to hear you still talking about it, to hear you still pushing that forward, I think that's really awesome.
Thank you. Well, I couldn't do this job if I didn't respect and want everyone's voice to have as much weight. I would be a fraud. And I think this job, and I think any job when you're dealing with people, recruiting, whatnot, requires an enormous amount of empathy. And in order to have an enormous amount of empathy, you have to have self-awareness. You have to know what your limit is. You have to know what it's like to walk in your shoes and then be a passenger in someone else's journey, or even have the desire to be a passenger in someone else's journey, which it can be a very selfless thing. So, I don't know. I just feel like, look, it's about being better in this world. That's what it's about.
That's right.
Well, and that's a great segue, because I had a follow-up question to that, which you totally segued into, which is current employees or prospective candidates, right? How can they leverage and elevate themselves by using or employing or maybe even innovating your mindset and your strategies?
Yeah, I love that question. I was hoping that you were gonna ask it because, energy is everything, and I don't mean like cosmic energy. I mean a vibe, and someone can pick up a vibe from watching a show, from a phone call, or from a cover letter or cold email. And I think that's one of the first things that you want to figure out is who am I talking to on the other side? Who's going to pick up that cover letter I just sent? What's the face? Who is it? Is it, Jane Doe, or is it, I look on LinkedIn, who is it? Is it going to be a person that looks like he loves hockey and he loves to play with his kids on the weekend? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't be transactional. Get more personalized. And I'm not saying like give out your entire, you know what I mean? But like, who are you? Who are you? I'm Claude. My business is the business of people. I love the exquisite mess that we all are. I have two young kids, and I want to make this world a better place for them.
Claude, you tripped my trigger now. Now I've been in talent acquisition leadership for years and years, more years than I want to tell y'all that I have been. So, but you know what? Everybody's given gifts from God. Everybody has the things that they like. You have morphed. You've talked to us about how you have morphed, what's made you Claude, and you're performing in the way that you're performing now. Now, you're not done, Claude. You're still going to grow. But how do you talk to people about going into that direction that they feel like, well, maybe that might be something for me to go into?
Yeah, I had one yesterday. I had a person yesterday who's in a role. He's only been in the role for 4 months. And he's like, this isn't it for me. This isn't it. And so what I said to him, and he's an employee, but clearly we're not it for him. And he had that much awareness. And I was like, what are you into? Like, what do you love doing? He's like, I love sports. I'm like, tell me more. What do you love about sports? Spectating? Do you memorize all the jersey numbers? Like, what is it? Give me a little bit. Everyone loves sports, and he's like, I have a thing for basketball stats, like and what is this? March Madness thing is my jam, all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff. And so I'm like, look, then we should really take the next month or two to look for companies that are looking for an entry-level position. I set him straight, like, look, you've only been in the working world for 4 months, but that you don't need to be behind a computer. I was like, it seems to me like you're an extrovert. You got to let that shine. Look, our lives are computers and phones right now, but if you don't want to be locked into this all day,
that's me.
We need to find you a job in sports. I'm not going to say it's with the NBA, but in sports where you're good with numbers and you can be somewhat outside a bit. I don't know, maybe you're assistant coach. Like, I don't know. We're going to work on it. But the point was, he said, this isn't working for me. And like, look, I could have easily said, my friend, this is your first job out of college. Chill, ride the ride. I could have easily said that, right? Relax. But it was clear. It was like, he doesn't want to be behind a computer, and this is a computer job for the most part.
Well, I like that you said that. I mean, you're helping guide his steps, right? Because we all have a path, like Foster, you were saying, right? We all have, a path laid before us. Yeah. And you're helping that young man guide his steps. I love that.
And you have a relationship with him. You feel him, as we say in the hood. You feel him, and you know where you can go, and you know what you can tell him, and you know where you can guide him to give him what I like to say. I got it from you, that emotional excitement that happens, that emotional stuff. And I get that out of you, Claude, and you care, and it shows.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Yeah, it's the emotional optimism. It's like, all right, this is what you're feeling now. Where do we want to go? All right, we're not going to get there today, but we're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
You got to work it with me, though. I can't work it for you.
I remember those sports statisticians that were so boring back in the day. And now they've taken that and they've elevated it now, and they've made it real important. And everybody, like myself, are paying attention to those statistics that those guys are putting out there. And you got the Bear on ESPN. Thumbs up, Bear.
Claude, last question I have is, obviously it's very articulated, it's very expressed, and people I think already coming into VaynerMedia will know an idea, get a glimpse of that culture. But how would somebody what would you recommend somebody who's interviewing somewhere else, right? Maybe doesn't really know the company. How would somebody be able to get an appropriate gauge of that company's culture?
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good question because not on a website, unless there's a live cam.
Not on a website. That's right.
On a website. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't particularly like Glassdoor because it's anonymous. And I think people are only on Glassdoor to be cynical.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
I just don't find that appealing to me. It's not the energy I want to play in. So I think it's really important to certainly see who you know or who your friends know on LinkedIn, second, third, whatever.
What? Who you know?
I like it.
Oh, yeah. Who
Okay,
you know.
2 mics for that, Claude.
See if there's alumni and all of that stuff, but also see if you can have an information, reach out to someone like me and say, hey, I'm really interested. Is there any way I can have a 15-minute coffee chat with you? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And by the way, if I can't do it, I will absolutely send that to a recruiter on our team and say, I don't know, but let's do this person a solid 15 minutes. That's it. You know?
Man.
So,
well, that leads me to the next question, which is if anybody in our audience was interested in applying at VaynerMedia, you know what I'm saying? We got a big old audience of job seekers over here. You know what I'm saying? You know, they may want to.
And we got job seekers out there where you guys are.
Yeah. All right. So first and foremost, what I would do is always check the website, see what's up there, because that changes. I know we're doing a bunch of hiring for all different kind of roles, especially in the creative department and media department. Do that. I would definitely say, please hit me up. I'm happy to route you to the right people. And I would also say if you're going to write me or if you're going to write someone on the team, remember what we already talked about. I don't want to be wined and dined. I want to know about you. I don't need Claude, you're the best thing since life. Yeah. I want to know hey, Claude, saw you on that show. I want to be creative, and I've just taught myself how to edit on the phone, and I'd love to talk to you about the creator role that I saw you have open. Blah.
Boom. Mm-hmm. Be straightforward. Get to the point and tell us why you think you would be a good fit. I love that.
You got something to
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Well, this has been just jam packed.
I gotta interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. So 6 years ago, when I stepped into this role, the first thing I did was I removed the need for a college education. You do not have to have a college degree.
Thank you.
Wait. Hold on.
Thank you.
Let me reload in here. By the way, we've had to reload this
money
bowl
right there.
Hold on. That's like 10 mics. The bowl's empty. Okay, I've emptied the bowl.
I love it. So I just removed that need, with the exception if you're in the legal team, obviously, right? But that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Because why should that be a showstopper? Why? Not everyone wants to go to college, and not everyone's going to go to college, and not everyone can afford to go to college. And education happens in all different kinds of ways. So that's the thing. You do not have to have a college degree to be at VaynerMedia. So
I love it.
Love it.
You don't have to have a high school degree. No one's looking at your degrees. No one cares.
Love it. Who are you?
Do you have the skill set, right? Do you have the skill set? And if you have the skill set, it doesn't matter where you got it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't go to school to get my skill set. I graduated. I was on the 10-year plan. I graduated at 28. But what happened if I hadn't graduated? Back in my day, I'm a Gen Xer. You had to have a college degree.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, come one, come all. Come ready to roll up your sleeves and have a good time and collaborate.
Let's go. Well, we've had a million mic drops. I'm even going to throw in the Mark bobblehead. So I'm going to throw him in the middle.
Man.
This has been an awesome episode.
Yeah.
And what we like to do, Claude, is we like to go to the audience and we give stuff away. We like to have fun and give stuff away. So what we're going to do is in the audience on LinkedIn, okay, if you're on LinkedIn right now, I put a link to our YouTube page, okay? I want to see how many will come on over to YouTube, okay? So this is also streaming over there. So there's a link now in the YouTube or in in the chat right now for the YouTube page. Come on over there, and I've got a question for the audience. And the first, let's see, the first 3 that can answer this question, I'm going to go ahead and give away some VIP tickets to our backstage pass and after party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give away some VIP tickets. So, so the question is, Claude Silver had a formula, okay? The formula was connection plus trust plus empathy equals accountability plus loyalty plus resiliency equals speed. That's the formula. But what was that called? I asked her a question. What was it called? She had like a
good question.
A nice name for that. What was that called? Tell us in the chat. And
Well, that's a really good question because I don't remember what it was called.
Oh, you don't remember what it was called?
No, was it called?
See, now we're quizzing Claude on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, because
it was the something empire.
Team builder. Sometimes So what was it called?
The something empire.
Oh gosh, sorry.
Okay.
Now you got it. Oh, yeah.
You're like, okay, yeah, now I know what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Was it called something else?
Let's see who's answering.
All right, the something empire. And while we're waiting on the answers to come back on the YouTube page, let me go ahead and get that. We're experimenting. Oh, okay. See, I see everybody. I see Paul Haggerty's here. I see Mike Mediterranean. I see Ho.
I see something.
Yeah.
Got it? What do you got?
You just said him.
Oh, was it Mike? Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Yes, Mike Mediterranean says Honey Empire. It's the honey.
It's the honey.
Hey, Mike.
And Mike, you're here in the area too, so that's perfect.
Yeah, Mike's right here. Yeah.
So
here's the better thing is Mike's landed.
Yeah, he's back to work.
Landed. He's back to work.
And he stays involved.
And
yes.
He's paying it forward.
Yes.
Man.
Joel Fry, you're the same way, girl.
So what we're going to do is, for those that are on the YouTube page right now, okay, everybody that's on the YouTube page, if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, okay, I want you to put hashtag Dallas, okay, and I'm going to send you a VIP ticket to the backstage pass and after party here. It's going to be on April 6th, so I'm super pumped and excited about that. And while you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. All right? See how I did that?
Subscribe, yeah.
See how I did that? Go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. And let's see here. I got one other thing I want to do. If you can, the audience, take a screenshot right now of Claude. And I want you to post this thing all over social media, okay? This is your piece of content for today, okay? I want you to blow her up. I want you to tag her, and I want you to put the heart emoji, and maybe, tell her one of the mic drop moments that she had that was impactful for you, and just let her know how much we appreciate her being on this show today.
Chief Heart Officer.
100%. And again, another special shout out to Rich Cardona, Stephanie Malik for introducing us, because it's all about who you know. You were actually, Claude, I want to tell you something. You were on my 2022 guest wish list, okay?
Wow.
I have a guest wish list. And if we can go ahead and pull that up in the screen now, that would be awesome. We can pull that up. And so you were on there. See, you're right over there next to Leonardo DiCaprio. See him right there?
Ooh, Claude, you got to meet Leo.
And,
oh yeah, all the way, and under Oprah, who of course I want to meet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
well,
I'm beyond honored. Look at this dream.
And you're above Joe Rogan, which these days isn't really that hard of a feat, I guess.
Oh, come on now.
Too early, too soon?
Come on.
Well, here's the reason why I'm bringing this up, okay? So I want to teach the audience something real quick, okay? A couple of lessons from that image and you being here today, okay? So number one, visualization is super important, okay? That's why people do vision boards. They start putting things, like you're literally one conversation away from everything you want in your future, and your focus becomes your reality.
Yep.
Right? So make sure for the job seeker audience, whatever you want in your life, like have a crystal clear map to it. Right? And start speaking it out loud, and the universe will start to do this crazy thing, and it will bring it to you like
Don't
it did.
be scared.
Yeah, like it did with Claude. So, Claude, thank you for making my wish come true. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and as you can tell, we are super intentional about like who we're bringing on this show. We are looking for world changers, people who are making a difference, people who are making an impact, who are bringing the heart to this world, right? Because this world's a little bit messed up. So obviously you saw we had Gary Vee on there as well. And if you feel, only if you feel, because I'm going to get your word for it, nobody knows him like you do. So only if you feel like he would benefit from this show, or you feel like, you know, he would actually enjoy it, right? We would love to have him, obviously, as well. So what do you think he would enjoy being on the show? Do you think this is something that he's into?
Yeah, I do. I think he's, this show is a live wire, and I think that's pretty much sums him up, right?
That's a good analogy.
Boom, I'm going to throw in the bowl in. Hold on, I'm going to throw the ball in. Let's just throw the ball in. We'll work on, maybe getting something connected. But I really, really appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you for being here today and for dropping all these mics and for spreading the love out there in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Claude, I want to link with you on LinkedIn.
I mean, hello, I'm taking a picture of you guys right now.
Oh, hey!
Blow us up, Claude. Take it.
Yeah, tell the world, like, we're the non-boring podcast out there, okay? We're the non-boring, because there's a lot of boring ones.
That's a given. All right, this has been amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks, audience. I can't wait to hear from y'all, and be well.
Amazing.
You said y'all.
Thank you,
That's
Claude.
the right word, Claude.
Rock.
That's right. Yep.
All right, guys.
Thanks, my friends.
That's the show. It's all about who you know.
I know Claude Silver.
Bye.
$100 bills for a pocket.
Trevor Houston here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. We hope you've been inspired, encouraged, educated, and entertained all at the same time. For information on our different events, workshops, partners, or partnership opportunities available, check out whoyouknow.show for more details. And be on the lookout for our new mobile app. You never know how this show could help someone you know? And if we've made an impact or put a smile on your face today, don't forget to hit that share button on your way out. Until next week, it's all about who you know. Bye!